Um, do you believe there is an ideal woman?
Yes.
Why is that?
Um, because I think genetically, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't say genetically, but there is a way that women should kind of naturally be like, like hips and all that kind of stuff. And some people are built differently because at the end of the day, we have both our mother's and father's DNA.
Yeah.
And some people might be built more like their dads and all that kind of stuff. But for me, um, looking at my family and like all my aunties and grandmas and stuff, and like no one was really ashamed of their body. Like I would say it was only till I came to England and I was like, oh my gosh, like what's wrong with me? And I don't know why that is, but anyway, like
Were you ashamed of your body?
I was, yeah, because obviously being different, like being the only black person and stuff, you don't really notice all the gems and jewels that you have, and
Yeah.
um, you just kind of dress like everybody else, like so yeah, and just kind of looking at my family members and stuff. Obviously, they're totally different to that, so that kind of made me. I was kind of what's the word torn because on the other hand you're like, whoa, they're so beautiful, and I kind of see a reflection of them and me, and vice versa. And then on the other hand you're like, yeah, but what's the majority? Like the majority isn't like me, so you're like, should I be like the majority? I don't know. I'm kind of confused.
So, is your ideal woman based around like your family and like your background
Um,
and how you've grown up? Or is it more to do of how you would like to be seen in society?
I don't think I can change the way I'm seen in society because at the end of the day, it's this is what you're gonna get. Like even if I was like, even if I was to go to like I don't know 6 stones, something ridiculous like that, I'm pretty sure I would still have hips and ass and boobs. Like it would still be in the structure. Like it's just there. It's my DNA, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I don't think I'd want to do anything about it. Um, but it is that whole thing of self love and loving yourself and wanting to actually feel proud of what you've accomplished and what your body looks like and stuff. Because even growing up, like my mom never, I don't ever remember my mom being like, oh my gosh, you should stop eating and you should, she was like, go get
In
seconds,
it, it was
okay?
more
If you're not,
food.
yeah, if you're not gonna get seconds, like I'm gonna go grab a plate for you. Because I used to be so shy. I'd be like, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at me because I'm going for my second plate. But she didn't care. Like as long
Yeah.
as she had a healthy child and she didn't mind too much. And the funny thing is, actually, my mom was very skinny. Like when she was growing up, she was very very skinny and tall, which was like completely different to
Different.
me. Um, but it's funny because as she's got older, that kind of structure has changed, and she's like shorter than me now.
That's so true. That's my mum as
Yeah,
well.
and she has like like how my grandma used to look. She looks like
Yeah.
that now, and it's funny to kind of it's like a mirror, like a weird futuristic mirror. That's what I'm gonna look like in a couple of years.
Um, would you describe your ideal woman to me?
Um, I think there's two parts to that question, mainly because there's the physical and there's the inside, the all the mushy stuff, like
Yeah.
the good squishy
Okay. Do physical first.
physical. Okay. I don't know, like curvy, um, nice legs, like like toned legs, like nice, sexy legs. Um, like not big boobs, but boobs that fit the structure because boobs that tend to be too big with someone's frame don't really it doesn't match.
Yeah.
Something that kind of it was as if it's kind of not sculpted, but um, put together nicely,
Yeah.
and the confidence to actually walk with that body because there are a lot of people that have nice bodies and don't have the confidence go with it, and then you find someone, you're like, oh my gosh, they have this nice body, but they're not doing anything with it. I wish I could have that. And it's kind of discouraging sometimes when you start thinking, I wish, or what if.
Mm-hmm.
And then aside from the physical, I would say, like, again, confidence, having an attitude of grace about you, excuse the pun and all that, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Proud but not having pride,
That is good. Yeah.
and a kind of sexiness but not slutty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if this woman existed, do you think she would know she is the ideal woman? Do you think she'll be aware, or would she look at other people going, she's got nice legs, she's got a nice butt?
I think I don't think she would know straight away, but I think with the people around her, they would kind of affirm that idea. Like, sometimes, the people around you, they won't always be like, oh, you look beautiful every day, because then you won't understand that you look beautiful. Sometimes it's like when you actually put the effort in, they're like, oh, you look nice today, and you're like, wow, okay, yeah, I'm actually feeling myself. And you know what, it's okay to feel yourself sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to feel guilty because you look good. Like, you kind of have to be happy about that. So maybe she might not know straight away, but by the end she should do. Like, she should know that she's got it. She's worth it.
And do you think there is a woman out there now that represents the ideal woman in society?
You know what?
Or women?
All black women. For me, I love seeing people like who are kind of like myself. I don't want to look at someone else and try and, I don't know, get ideas from that. It's kind of like, when you look on YouTube and you're looking for like tutorials, and you're like, oh, I want to find something that blends with my skin. Why would I then look at someone who has Caucasian skin and get a product that works for them, but I know clearly it's not going to work for me? That doesn't make sense.
Okay, but can you still appreciate the beauty? If she was the ideal woman and she was Caucasian, would you stand there and be like, okay, fair enough to you, you're pretty, you are the ideal woman?
I would appreciate it, but then again, I wouldn't appreciate that she's white, because that's not everyone in the world is white. You can't have one specific.
So do you think the ideal woman is based on opinion and not on what society perceives as ideal?
Yeah, definitely society and the mindset of some people, I think. Unfortunately, in the black community, I think we're brainwashed a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from a lot of years of like struggle and stuff, but I think we need to step away from that, and instead of using that as an excuse, actually use that as like a jump to aim higher. Like, use the things that are pushing you down, jump on them, and just keep going.
Okay, so you said you would appreciate more if the ideal woman was black.
Yeah.
She is black, but she doesn't have natural hair. She doesn't have big hips. She's just a skinny black girl with weaves and everything like that. And weaves and everything like that. Would you still accept her as an ideal woman?
You know what? I think sometimes we tear ourselves down too much, especially as black girls. And I think, you know what? We need to change it, and we need to, for me, instead of actually bashing her and being like, oh, she's got weave, or she's skinny, or she's not, what I would see in myself. At least she's black and she's doing her thing. You know what? If one of us is winning, then the rest of us are winning.
That is true. I mean, obviously it's a positive that that black person may have natural hair. I mean, it makes it's a positive.
Yeah.
It makes other black girls want to have natural hair, whether we like it or not. Because like, if you look at people like Beyonce I mean, the first thing you notice is this.
Her head.
Her head. She's got whatever Brazilian or whatever hair, and guaranteed you, like, people would look at her and say, "Oh, I want Brazilian hair," and not say, "Oh, I want." Do you know what I mean?
Hair,
like, obviously, it's a positive. Like when Lupita came out, all of a sudden, that was the same time that a lot of black women started growing their hair natural,
and it
worked
big.
together. It was big. People started transitioning, and yeah, I think it just.
Do you feel like you yourself have been affected by, like you said, like Lupita coming out and you being like, yes, I want to go natural, or seeing Beyonce and being like, ooh, I like that weave actually, let me try and do this? Do you feel like you're influenced by celebrities?
For me, it wasn't like that. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's, you know, moms can have an influence on you because if you see your mom wearing that, then you're gonna do it. Maybe if my mom was wearing weave, maybe I would have gone on that. But from days, you're just always about braids and cornrows and all that kind of stuff. So that was the style for me. But it wasn't until I started like kind of growing up and trying to figure out my style, then I was like, oh, maybe I should look at other people. But even then, even when Lupita came out, I wasn't phased because I had already changed my mindset. Like I was already like
pro-natural.
Yeah, I was already pro-natural. But maybe if I wasn't, then I would have been like, wow, yeah. Let me try. But it reminds me of the first time that I actually remember like I remember cutting off my like relaxed hair, and for me that was the first time I'd actually like experienced my natural hair. So even if you look at other people like, oh yeah, that looks nice, I think you have to have your own personal experience and kind of try and refine the true version of yourself if you can.
I mean, for me, the reason why I got natural hair wasn't because of Lupita.
She's doing her thing.
It started way before that. I mean, I think it was just a thing of, I had tried weaves, I had tried braids, and I was just not tired. I just wanted something new and something that would actually excite me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my natural hair happened to be that. So
it's like a rejuvenation. I don't know how to explain it, but you're just like, oh my gosh, like
it's a bit like when you okay, this is gonna be a bit graphic. It's a bit like when you not shave your armpits.
Yeah.
Okay. It's that feeling of freedom, but you know.
I'm still figuring it out.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that the kind of national face for black beauty is light skin, big lips, fake hair, fake nails, light skin. And that was 2014. How
light skin?
Yes.
Twice.
Yes, that was the description. Light skin, big lips, small facial features, fake hair, petite, no curves, hardly any curves.